This video will guide you through reviewing a letter of intent, or LOI. LOI review is a frequently requested service on the Contracts Council platform, since parties involved in negotiations want to ensure terms are clearly and effectively communicated before proceeding. If you have received or need to draft a letter of intent and need to review it, then this video is for you. Before we start, just a brief disclaimer. The following information is provided for educational purposes and in no way constitutes legal advice. For legal advice, we encourage you to consult a licensed attorney. We have also provided more information in the description, including how to find a lawyer. We will cover top considerations when reviewing a letter of intent, key terms to find and understand in your document, costs to hire a lawyer for review. We have also added a link in the description below with information on legal fees. Now let's get started. Top considerations for letters of intent. A letter of intent is a document used to outline the preliminary terms of a proposed agreement between two or more parties before the final agreement is finalized. Before diving into specific terms, here are some top considerations to keep in mind. Clarity of intent. Ensure the LOI clearly states the intent to negotiate and enter into a formal agreement in the future. Binding versus non-binding. Determine which parts of the LOI are legally binding versus non-binding. Oftentimes, LOIs are non-binding except for specific clauses like confidentiality and exclusivity. Scope of agreement. Clearly define the scope of the proposed transaction or agreement, including the key terms and conditions. Compliance with laws. Ensure the LOI complies with relevant local, state, and federal laws. Consider hiring a lawyer. It is always recommended to hire a lawyer to help review a letter of intent. They can ensure the document is clear, legally sound, and effective in setting the stage for formal negotiations. We have included a link in the description to help you find one. Key terms to understand. Letters of intent contain many important terms that you should understand. Here are some key terms to look for. 1. Parties involved. Ensure that the names and details of all parties involved are correctly stated. Make sure the full legal names of the individuals or entities are used. 2. Objective and scope. Review the section that outlines the purpose and scope of the proposed agreement, including key business terms and conditions. 3. Binding versus non-binding. Check which parts of the LOI are legally binding versus non-binding, such as confidentiality and exclusivity clauses. 4. Confidentiality. Ensure there are clauses that protect sensitive information shared during negotiations. 5. Exclusivity. Understand any exclusivity agreements that prevent parties from negotiating with others for a specified period. 6. Timeline. Review the expected timeline for completing the negotiations and finalizing the formal agreement. 7. Termination conditions. Ensure the LOI outlines the conditions under which it can be terminated by either party. And 8. Dispute resolution. Review the methods for resolving disputes related to the LOI, such as mediation, arbitration, or court litigation. Average costs to hire a lawyer. Hiring a lawyer to review your letter of intent is advisable. Contracts Council's marketplace allows you to post your project and receive competitive bids from lawyers to compare. Based on recent data, the average cost to review a letter of intent is $330 on a flat fee basis. This is based on dozens of recent projects from across various U.S. states. Legal fees can vary based on the following factors. State or location. Lawyer fees may vary based on where they are located. For example, a lawyer in New York City will likely have a higher rate than a lawyer in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Length of contract. Given lawyers traditionally bill by the hour, a longer contract with more pages will require more of their time, which can make the legal costs higher. Complexity of terms. If there are complicated terms in the agreement, it can increase legal fees since it'll require the lawyer to spend more time working on the project. Service required. You can hire lawyers for different services. If you simply need the contract reviewed and explained, this will be a lower fee than also needing the contract redlined and negotiated. Reviewing a letter of intent is crucial in ensuring you protect your rights and clearly communicate the terms of your intended agreement to the other party. If you need help from an experienced lawyer, feel free to search Contracts Council or visit contractscouncil.com and post a job to get quotes from lawyers to help you. Thanks for watching.